All right, we're out here with E.
What's up, guys?
My former student on learning how to ride.
Still learning, still learning.
Yeah, so how did we connect?
Facebook.
Pretty much through
Facebook group, yeah. I posted looking to learn how to start riding, if anyone's willing to teach, and he was a sorry sucker that responded.
I just figured, all right, well, let's see what this guy is, he for real or not. But what we do, we connected on phone,
we
right?
FaceTimed like the next night, yeah, that night, and we talked for like an hour and a half or something.
Yeah, we did.
Yeah, we talked for a long time about everything.
That was good. It was just mostly just kind of get to figure out where your head is at as far as bikes and what are you comfortable with, because I think almost everybody on the channel said, or on Facebook, they said like, hey, now go to the training, you need to start with a 50cc
all the classes,
bike,
start on a 300, don't buy anything more, you'll kill yourself on a leader bike.
Right. So we connected, we talked through this stuff, and then like a day later or 2 days later, we came out here, right? We met at this very spot.
Yeah. When the pandemic was happening, there was nobody here.
Still isn't anybody here, but it is a Sunday. And I brought out the black bike, right? And I think the reasoning behind that one was because it's got the settings on it.
It's got the bitch mode on it.
The bitch mode, yeah,
the B mode. Bitch mode on it.
The B mode, so you can kind of dial it back and set it to, it almost feels like a 600.
Yeah, that's what you were saying.
Right, yep. So, and we did the drills, right? And the drills pretty much go with you getting control of the clutch.
Yeah,
getting to
it was just clutch in, clutch out, just feeling the clutch and stopping.
Yep. So how did that feel?
It was scary for the first first time down.
Yeah.
And then when I came back, I was like, okay, I get the hang of like letting it out slowly, and then back in slowly, and not slingshotting it open.
Gotcha.
Stalled it a couple times, but
and it's still fresh in your head, so you can remember. I don't remember like the first time. And I started in a piece of crap and then down to the R6. But so it was the clutch. It was all the clutch work.
It was all the clutch first, just down and back handful of times, and then give it a little bit of throttle. And I was having trouble figuring out when to give it throttle and let off on the clutch. That was the hardest part, like motor function wise, trying to figure out the timing between the two and how much gas to give it, because I didn't loop it, I didn't shoot out from under me, I didn't scare myself really bad on it, but I was just super cautious because bike will only go as fast as you do that. And if you don't drop it all the way, it's not going to loop out from under you. So
but it comes back to the clutch, right?
Yeah,
it's all about the clutch. You can give it all the gas you want until you let go of the clutch.
And the cool thing is you can feel it engage. If you really think about it, you can feel it hit that wall, and then it starts to go, and then you give it a little bit more gas and you're good to go.
So how many times did you go up and down? Maybe like 8 times?
Yeah,
or so,
8 or 10 times. We just went down and back, slow, first gear, didn't do anything. And then we got to the point where it was kicking into gear and I was giving it throttle going down and coming back, and then figure out how to shift.
Shifting came later though, right?
Yeah, that was... But that was still on the first day. We got up to second, just kicking it past neutral. Because I was so timid on kicking it up, it just goes straight back to neutral, and then I'm like, oh no, what do I do? And they just I just slowed down and stopped, kicked it back down into first, and let off like that. Right on.
Yeah, so that was that. But by the way, this is the 2012 R1. I didn't mention, I just said the black bike. This is the 2012 R1. And this is a 2004 sitting to the right of me here. Feels completely different. I mentioned in other videos that they are very different bikes, the way that they handle, the way that they shift, the way that you rev them up, right? And you've kind of felt it, right?
They are completely different. Haven't got a chance to really take the black one out on the streets, but just from riding it around, the red one is so much more easy and more like user-friendly. Like this feels more like a street bike, that feels more like a track bike. It's aggressive, it's all or nothing. This one is a lot more forgiving. Part of that comes with the fact that it's 8 years older, probably. But yeah, it feels completely different, but it's still a crazy bike.
R1's the same family.
Yeah.
So. Cool, right on. Well, let's take a break. We'll come back and we'll kind of talk about how we got you into the 2004, and we'll kind of recap what we did for the learning to ride.
Sweet.
So cool. Coming back, quick recap. We started you off on the 2012 R1, and we got you on the B mode just to get kind of comfortable with it. So towards the end of us riding around, right?
Yeah.
We were here at the mall, and what you did is just kind of took it around for a spin a few times, right?
Yeah. For that, you had me do the turns, working on the turns down and back, and then switching directions, taking left and right hand turns.
Gotcha.
Which was nice to feel the difference, because there's a big difference between the left hand and the right hand turn, what you're comfortable with.
Yep.
Did that, then I started like weaving in between the light posts and the few planners around here, and then working my way from first to second, back down to first and neutral, just playing with the gears while I go around, and then went around the inside of the mall a handful of times, stopped at all the stop signs even though no one was there. Practice.
Stalled it a few times.
Yeah, I stalled it twice on the first time around, but
work.
yeah, just getting used to the bike, and then I took it out one time. No, I didn't on the first day. The second time I took it on the outside road, but yeah, the end of the first day we just did around the mall 3 or 4 times. Got to hang, went backwards twice,
which was good.
In the other direction, just practicing everything, and we spent what, maybe an hour and a half, probably about an hour and a half that first day. And I got comfortable with it probably 30 minutes in. I mean, I have pretty good balance and a lot of respect for.
This was great though, right? Because it's an empty lot. There's nothing close by. You have plenty of chances.
Plenty of room. And it was empty. I didn't have to worry about anything but
cars,
me and not hitting anything in the.
Thank you, COVID.
Yeah, thank you, COVID. One of the good things that came from it. I learned how to ride a bike in a wide open spot. Didn't have to worry about.
So yeah, there were no cars at all. There was nobody here.
None. There was like 3 people parked on the other side that were all just having a picnic out in the parking lot. Probably just to get out of their house, but other than that.
And the weather was like this. It was nice and cool. So it was perfect conditions, I would say. And yeah, I remember like when you first doing the turns, they were really wide. And then you start to kind of tighten them in, so you were getting comfortable with like,
it was
slower
just
speeds.
all about feeling and trusting the bike, because the bike will lean really, really far over. I still haven't been able to drag knees, and I've been riding for what, 2 months.
I've been riding for 15 years.
Well,
I'm still there, but I'm not on the track, you know.
Yeah, you could if you wanted to.
If I really wanted to, right? Try hard enough.
It's just time on the bike, getting used to it, making yourself go out practice. And then after that first day, it was like probably another 2 weeks before we came back out here again.
Was it 2 weeks? It was that long?
Yeah, and that's when you brought the red one out.
Gotcha. That's right. You popped over by my house, right?
Yeah, popped down over by your house.
Check it out.
It was
so what happened there? What happened there? You were looking for a bike, right?
I was looking for a bike, and I was looking for a 600. I was looking for a Ninja 636 ZX6R or a R6 were pretty much the 2 bikes I was looking for. And that was going on for about 3 weeks, probably 2-3 weeks. We were sending posts to each other. Hey, check this one out. What do you think about this? You know, I was talking to a whole bunch of people. Had like 2 deals lined up. I was like, okay, we're gonna find a time to come out and get it. Both of them fell through, and I remember he sent me a text that said you should just buy the red R1 and be done with it. And I'm going back in my head thinking, what red R1? Because I can't remember ever sharing a post about that. And he sent me a picture, and it was of that bike in his office with one of his shotguns in front of it. And my response was, you're fucking joking me. And he said, she's yours if you want her. And I was like, yes, 1,000 times, yes.
And I was going back and forth because the other bike, this was technically my bike that I rode, and I got this one for the wife, mainly because of the whole B-mode thing, right? I felt a lot comfortable with her riding on this one with the B-mode on, so it's not so aggressive. Because when you do flip it into A mode, have you tried that yet? Yeah, okay. So it's just ridiculous.
It's crazy.
It's very sensitive. So I rode that one, she rode this one. So this one was just sitting there because I just kind of switched over to riding this one more and more. So it was just sitting in my office, and it's not like I didn't like that bike. I love that bike. It's way more beautiful than this one by a long shot.
I would agree.
By a long shot. It's just, you can't compare them. That's more beautiful. But I just kind of started liking the sound of this exhaust more.
And just the sound of his engine. Just the engine and the exhaust, he's got me beat 100%. I still think mine looks way better.
It does.
Not even gonna lie.
It does.
But that just looks like a black bike. Anyone's got a black bike. But
yeah, the engine makes up for it, I guess. It's just different. It's different. So I was riding this one. This one was just sitting there. So I said, why don't you just jump on and see how you feel, see if you like it or not.
So we came out here I stopped by Friday. We talked things over. We came out here the next day on Saturday. Pretty much did the same thing. Just drove it on. And by then, this was my second time ever on a bike.
Yeah.
I'd ridden some dirt bikes back home when I was younger, but nothing crazy. I never raced or did anything like that.
Right.
So that Saturday we came out, did the same thing. I took it on the outside road all the way around. Came back, said, "Yep, I want it." And
but what did I tell you, right? This one doesn't have the electronics in it, right?
Yeah.
It doesn't.
This has no mode selection, no any of the ABS or traction control or any of the weird settings.
It's an R1. It's 1000 cc, right?
Yeah.
So a lot of people are like, "Oh, you're gonna kill yourself." It just goes back to your self-control and then just getting a feel for the bike.
It's been what, 2 months?
Yep.
Probably about 2.
Yeah, it might be a little longer.
Yeah, maybe a little bit longer than 2 months, but have not laid it down.
Yep.
I have not ran into anything. No tickets, probably because cops weren't there when I was speeding. But I've been careful. I've been really, really careful. I've not been stupid. No wheelies, no weaving in and out of traffic around town.
Yeah.
I open it up on the freeway, and that's about it.
Yeah.
I keep
and I
it
told
safe.
you, right? I told you right up front that you will speed just because those bikes are fast. They get up to that speed in no time.
It'll go 0 to 100 in like a handful of seconds, like 5 seconds.
Yep.
That's quicker than most cars get up to 60.
Right.
So it's ridiculous. It's mad fun. It's stable and planted going on the freeway. I'm working on getting my turns to go a little bit faster so I can lean a little bit more and trusting the bike.
Yep.
Just got new tires put on front and rears. Made a huge difference.
Yep.
Huge night and day difference.
Because the old ones were cupped already. They were like getting the flat spots at the top.
The back one I rode, and then I had cord showing, and then the front one was going bad too. So I got them both swapped out, and night and day difference. I have my level of confidence shot through the roof when I got the new ones on, because I was like, okay, they're good tires.
Right.
They're expensive tires, but they're good tires.
Yep, that's right. So. No, that's a quick progression. So it's been 3 months. So you're already riding comfortably, and learn the biggest thing, right? It's take it slow, take it easy. Biggest thing is just kind of control your clutch handling, and then throttle. Speaking of throttle, I got a question for you.
Okay.
Do you ever hold it with your full hand on it?
No.
Or do you still do that?
No. Always, always just. He said, "Okay, sign."
Yeah.
That's how you hold it. Just. Slide it right on, and then you got 3 fingers for the brake.
Yep.
And I do the same thing on the other hand, 3 fingers for the clutch.
Yep.
And it's just setting. I'm not squeezing at all, and just twisting the wrist.
Gotcha. Yeah, so that's kind of a controversial thing, because that's how I always ridden, and most of that is because the sensitivity of the throttle on the bikes that I've ridden. And a lot of guys will probably look down on that. They'll say that you're supposed to have your full hand on it. And I don't like it. I don't like it because you hit a bump, and especially on this guy here with the A mode, that sensitivity is there. If you hit that bump, you will do a wheelie, or you'll just do the wheel hop, and I don't like that. So I just recommend to try that out and see what it feels like, and it'll probably save you. Have you tried putting a full hand on it at all, or no?
Yeah, and it just feels awkward because I don't feel like I have control of the brake right when I need it, because I'd have to take my hand off to grab the brake.
Right.
And it's just more comfortable to have your hand more open than it is closed like that.
That's what I found.
Especially driving.
That's what I found as well. So,
I looked up the dates. I got the bike May 23rd, and it is June 28th. So it's been just over a month.
Yeah. Oh, it's just been a month.
Just been a month.
It feels like 3 months.
It feels like so long.
Damn you, COVID.
So the bike had 14,600 miles on it when I bought it, and it's got 15,000. Yeah, it's got 15,000.
That's not too bad, but yeah.
200 on it.
And this is just the beginning of the summer.
Yeah, just the beginning of the summer. I drive it. If it's not raining, I drive it. I drive it to work. I drive it to the gym.
Yeah.
I've driven it to the grocery store 3 times in one day to get groceries because I did not want to drive my car. I made 3 trips to Meijer because I wanted to drive the bike. I filled up my backpack, came back, and went back.
I didn't expect you honestly to ride so much.
Yeah?
Just kind of,
did you really?
I really didn't. I expected you just like ride on the perfect days and just be comfortable, and you're like, you jump right into it. But
yeah.
It's probably a good thing. I mean, the weather has been good, right?
Weather's been amazing.
Yeah, it's been mostly dry.
It's been like one weekend where I couldn't ride that was raining.
The COVID thing helped too because there was less traffic to deal with.
The COVID was amazing because that first weekend, that Sunday I took it out on Beltline. So I drove it all day or just around town. I didn't probably go above 60. And Sunday I was driving around and I was like, I want to go out on Beltline.
Yeah.
Took it out on Beltline, drove it all the way up to Cedar Springs, about 35 minutes up north. And on the way back, I just decided there's no traffic. The roads are smooth, clear, and open. I opened it up, I banged it to like 140, and it scared the shit out of me. But it was
At least you're honest.
Right, yeah. And I was amazed at how stable, and I was like, this is crazy fun.
Yeah.
And it's been amazing for me, something productive for me to be doing, not wasting away in my room playing video games, playing Tarkov. I still play too much Tarkov.
It's okay though, man. It's all right. Take that on the bad weather days. All right, so we're back. Let's just kind of wrap up this segment and talk through, you know, what's next on your progression path, right? As far as learning to ride, you know, riding with other guys and whatnot. You know, where are you at right now?
So the one thing I'm focusing on learning is cornering at higher speeds with lower lean angles.
Gotcha.
That's obviously the most scariest part. I have gone really fast on this bike, triple digits, high triple digits, and that's scary, but I feel in control. Corners is really scary. Like the exit ramps and on ramps to the freeways are, you know, intimidating.
Right.
So I've just been practicing. Every time I go down one, I'm like, okay, let's push it just a little bit farther. Right. You know, try to get a little bit lower, take it at like 5 miles an hour faster around this time. So I usually take the same path to and from work every time. So
right. But that goes back to gear, right? That's a good point, by the way. And we talked about this as far as I used to ride in jeans back in the day, jeans, and
you're gonna bash my jeans, man.
No. I mean, jeans are okay, but one of my friends went down on his bike, and you know what happened is they got shredded, right? He was going maybe 65, I believe, or 85, whatever it was. He laid it down, and it was just shredded. It went right through his jeans, and you know he had bad like rash burn. I think that's what they call it.
Your road rash, yeah.
Road rash, yeah. So he like got tore up. So I was just like, okay, I don't want to do that. So I started looking into getting like gear, right? Leather pants. So I got leather pants. I stuck to Dainese because I just really comfortable with it, with the gloves and, you know, the jacket. I already had the jacket. Now, the next things were like, should I get pants? Should I get the boots? And I started with the pants, and those two kind of came together because I would feel like a fool getting the pants with just regular sneakers.
Right.
So I went with the boots as well. But the only thing that I had to kind of get over is the pucks, right? Do I leave the pucks on or to put the covers on? And I showed you the leather covers.
Just the covers that Velcro on.
Yeah, because I didn't want to look like a Power Ranger. So I took these off. I took the pucks off and put those things on there, and they looked worse. So I put the pucks back on because I said, you know what, in a situation that I do lean far enough, whether it's the clover that we go on or anywhere in the highway,
it's gonna slide, not catch, and that's what you wanted. Yeah.
And not even the catching thing. I don't want to mess anything up. You know, I don't want to burn through jeans. That's what they're for. I left them on there, and I think it's probably a good move. But yeah, that's where I was with the gear. But that's the other thing is, if you put leathers on and you have that protection, mentally it helps you.
Your confidence definitely
exactly
shoots up.
Because you do lean it, and if you do slide, you're probably going to get hurt, right? Your jacket will probably be okay because it's stencil. Yeah. But the jeans will definitely shred. So that's that one thing that's weighing in the back of your mind. Like, I'm pushing it, but gotta be careful.
I definitely want to get boots and pants. I drive on the bike about 15 minutes every day to work, to and from work. So I probably wouldn't wear leathers to work, leather pants at least to work. So then I'd have to change out and bring a pair of jeans, and at the end of the night I'm fucking covered in sweat. Don't want to be doing that, but I definitely want to get a pair of jeans when I just go out and cruise all day on a Saturday, go out to Grand Haven or Holland or out to Lansing.
Like riding jeans, right?
Yeah, I definitely want to get leather pants instead of just jeans. Because if I'm going out for, you know, to ride, I'd want to have full gear on. So I definitely want to get pants and boots are my next two things I want to get, and then I might get a leather jacket, might save that for next year, because I have a solid jacket right now. Got it. Solid gloves right now, so
we'll get them into something.
Oh yeah. It's been a month and a half since I started to ride, and I feel extremely comfortable on it. Definitely wouldn't want to do a track day or anything like that, but riding around on the freeway, I mean, definitely right now feel at home. I love getting on the bike. I drive it anywhere and everywhere I can. I make up excuses to go, oh, what do I need to go get? Oh, I should probably go get more t-shirts. Drive the bike to my yard and go get a pack of t-shirts.
For sure. No, I've been there too. I mean, I've been through 2 R6s back in Virginia Beach, and I did the same thing. I go out to the stores, I go out for food. I had passengers on my bike. That's another thing that's going to freak people out as well. if you're taking a passenger on for the first time, it really throws things off, right? You know, you're getting a little top heavy and butt heavy, and you have to be a lot more careful because now you're responsible for somebody else. So you really dial it back, obviously. But it's a lot of fun, right? It is a lot of fun to ride.
An insane amount of fun.
Yep, and take every opportunity to come out.
And it's fun every time I get on it too.
Yep. And you're improving your skills, right?
Yeah.
In the process.
Right.
You're learning. I'm still learning. I've been on the bike 15 years and I'm still learning.
It's like a real life video game.
It is.
It's mad fun. Yeah.
That's a good way to put it.
Especially with the fighter pilot helmet. It feels like a real life video game.
That is a cool helmet. And it's really nice that you have more visibility on the sides.
Yeah.
For sure. Yep. What brand is this one here?
It's the Icon Airflight.
Right on.
It's got the face shield actually covers the air vent, so it goes all the way down.
Yep.
I went with the silver on silver just because I felt like if I got a different color bike, it would still match with it.
Right.
I had to run a side mount for the GoPro instead of the normal chin mount.
Mine is slightly different.
Yeah.
I have a spot to put the
I could put it up there, but then it covers the air intakes, and I feel like not sweating in my helmet when I'm driving. So put on the side, and it's been great.
Yep.
A decent enough angle.
Yep.
Stable, doesn't feel like it's pulling my head to the side when I'm driving.
And I'm glad that you went with good gear, you know, good brand.
Yeah.
You know it's safe. You didn't go with like a cheapo eBay helmet.
Right.
Yeah, it's like $90, but now you're risking your life with it.
Right. When that one was only like
so that's important.
$350 with the extra face shield. So
yeah,
definitely not even super expensive.
Don't go cheap on your safety gear. That's another lesson.
Yeah.
So
definitely.
we'll.
So I could get into some whack helmets and clear gear for $300 for a full set, or I could spend $300 on a good pair of riding pants.
Right. So yeah, so that's all it really is. That's what's love for the bikes is something else. You know, I've loved every minute of it. Looking back on my motorcycling career, but I started out and I told you like the '78 Honda Hawk was my first bike.
Yep.
Then I got lucky. I bought a brand new at the time 2004 R6. That was my quote-unquote starter bike. And then a few years later, I bought a brand new 2007 R6, which I bought in the middle of winter, and rode it home, froze my ass off.
You do what you got to do for a good deal.
Yeah, but I was just too excited, you know. Kind of probably, looking back, it was probably dumb.
Right.
But
you made
brand
it home
new tires.
in one piece.
Yeah, brand new tires. Snow on the ground. Froze my butt off, but got it home safely and rode it for quite a few years. Gave up bikes when I think we're like getting into kids and all that. We got 3 kids now, but I missed it so much that I ended up getting that first R1. That was, my baby for a while, and then we, got my wife back into riding as well. But yeah, so it's kind of like a life experience. You get into it, you progress, you have fun with it, you grow on it, improve your skills. But any last comments as far as safety? What do you recommend? Can you ride it to a 1000cc bike?
I started on a liter bike and I didn't die. So that's to all you people on all the Facebook groups saying I was going to kill myself on a liter bike. I've not dumped it. I've not laid it down. I've not killed myself on it. Not even hurt myself on it. I started on a liter bike. First bike I've ever been on.
Right.
That's what I got to say about that. Bike will only go as fast as you dump the throttle.
Yep.
So if you respect the bike, because this is a crazy bike.
Yep.
It's an absolute crazy monster. I've not even topped it out yet.
Yep.
And I've gone fast.
Yep.
If you respect the bike and what it can do, you'll be fine.
Yep.
You'll be fine. Just be careful.
That's what it is.
Be smart about it. Take your time learning. I didn't get on the bike and then immediately go on the freeway and try to hit max speed.
Yep. You did start slow. I remember.
Yeah,
You went
I started slow.
Very
first
gradual.
couple days.
Your turns were very careful. We
Right.
talked about sand wash. But you increase your speed and gradually start to increase, and we rode one time,
Yeah.
which I think might have helped, kind of.
Yeah, we rode together one time for, it was a hour plus ride.
Yeah.
Rode around. That was nice. He was pushing me.
Yep.
Which,
Just a little bit.
just a little bit, just out of my comfort zone, but not like I felt like I was way out of my depth.
Yep.
Done a couple more rides since then, and it's mad fun. I love it. Always more to learn. I'm sure you can attest to that. You're still learning more,
For sure.
even after you've been riding all those years.
For sure.
Old fart.
Yeah, that's right, man. Getting old. My back is hurting. Nah, I'm all right. So yeah, the other thing that I want to talk through real quick before we wrap up is the leaning. Right? Everybody talked about the sport bikes are going to be really hard on your wrists and all this other stuff.
Yeah.
You get a lot of people saying all kinds of stuff, but
Yeah.
how does that feel? How does the bike feel when you're sitting in it?
So it feels fine. It feels comfortable.
Yeah.
I have a bad wrist from a work-related incident, major surgery, reconstructive. My wrists do not hurt when I drive. It is, I remember when I started, it was more in my shoulders.
Yep.
Leaning over, like the shoulders were getting sore. My wrists weren't so sore. My forearms were a little bit, but I never felt like my wrists were sore.
That's from grabbing it.
I think
so hard.
part of it was him telling me that's the grip you use for the handlebars.
Yeah.
And you're just setting your hands on it and you're not squeezing them hard.
Yeah.
You're just resting them on there and then lightly, you know, doing whatever you need to do.
Because you tend to do that when you're new, you're gripping those handles.
And
like,
I don't think,
I don't know what the bike's going to do.
Yeah, you told me that grip right away, and I don't think I ever tried grabbing it like that. Yeah. And it just feels natural and comfortable.
Right. Yeah, you let your hands rest.
Yeah.
That's the other thing, right? We're just kind of screwing around. I'm like, you know.
Yeah. Yeah. You were like ride with no hands and just shake them off.
Yeah.
And like it was scary the first 2 times, but now like I'll get in a straight line, I'll give it throttle, get up to speed, and just take off and sit back.
Yeah.
And the bike is as steady as it can be.
Because you're trusting your equipment. You're comfortable with what it's going to do. So,
yeah.
That's good. It's good. Yeah, good stuff, man. Quick progression, and
quick progression.
We'll probably do more videos in the future as as we ride more and share our experiences.
Oh yeah, looking forward to it.
All right, you guys. If you like this video, hit the thumbs up, and we'll stay in touch through YouTube.